You don't have anything like with child support or anything?
No children, no ma'am. No, I just have a repair business. Yeah, so it says debtor Rossmann Repair Group. So Rossmann Repair Group has no children.
Okay.
Maybe the people that work. Other than that.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. So I just recently figured out that my business had a lien placed on it by the state of New York, which is very strange to me because I've never received any sort of mail correspondence, email correspondence, phone correspondence, and on my portal at tax.ny.gov, it literally says that I owe them no money. So this was brought to my attention by my banker. Ever since I started my nonprofits, I now have over $1 million in the bank. This is not my money. I do not get to spend it on me. It is not money I give myself in any form as a salary. But since I'm the director of that nonprofit and I open the account, my bank thinks it's my money. So they kind of treat you nice. You know, you get a personal business banker that calls you and asks how's it going, that tries to be nicer to you than they would be to a standard bank customer that doesn't have over $1 million in the bank. And this banker, doing very, very nice job for me, just so happened to point out that my business had a lien on it. You can see that lien over here, which again seemed really strange because I don't have anything that shows up. When I log into my back end of my New York State tax system for my business and personally, I get this. So the state of New York is telling me I don't owe them money, but they've placed a lien on me, which I've never been notified of via mail, email, phone call, in person, nothing. Rather than ask me for this very inconsequential amount of money, or even just put it in my portal that I owe them that money, they have placed a lien on my business. So I decided to call them to try to figure out why there was a lien on my business. You can probably imagine how me trying to figure this out went. 2 years ago, I was fined for something. When I asked what the rules were to avoid that fine, they could not tell me. When I tried to pay the fine, they did not accept my money. And when I finally went to the hearing, it took them over 3.5 hours to determine what the fine actually was. I was also audited by New York State about 3 months after I published those videos, where they were trying to tell me for 1.5 years that I would owe them over $40,000 a quarter for a very, very long period of time. And they wound up saying, oh, wait, my bad, bro, you actually only owe us $5,700 or so. This went about the way that you can imagine it went. So I would like to actually share the process with all of you because there are many channels out there that will show the glitz and the glamour and Times Square, and you'll see Casey Neistat going back and forth and all the cool parts in New York City, but very few people are willing to show you the reality of what it is like to try to run a business there or to try and build something there. And on this channel, on this very, very sponsor-unfriendly channel, we try to show you the reality of life, whether it's fixing a motherboard, going to a legislative hearing, or just running a business in New York City or New York State. And for those who wonder, why do I still keep talking about New York State when I've moved out? It's because they won't leave me alone. So we are going to do this in a multi-part series. In an ideal world, this would not be a multi-part series. What I would do is I would make a phone call. They would notice there was an error. They would be able to tell me what that error was for, whether it was my error or theirs, and I would just get everything done. But again, we're talking about New York State. This is not like when I called the Texas State Comptroller to clear something up, and within 7 minutes, somebody was on the phone that gave me an answer to my question. This is New York State. So I know that the phone call that I'm going to make is not going to be the first, or the second, or the fourth, or the eighth. There will be many, and you will get to hear all of them and watch me lose my sanity just a little bit with each one. That being said, enjoy listening to me lose my mind.
Welcome to the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance. If you need help understanding the English language, you will be able to request an interpreter. If you were transferred to this number by someone you were just speaking with, press 1. If you dialed the tax department directly, press 2.
You have reached the Civil Enforcement Division of the New York State Tax Department. We may record calls for quality assurance. If you need help understanding the English language, you will be able to request an interpreter. Please hold while we transfer your call.
Come on.
Hi, I have a lien on me that I found, but I can't find any information on this tax bill when I log into my account at tax.ny.gov. So I just wanted to know, maybe try and clear it up, pay any past due bills if possible, and settle my my balance if I have one.
Okay, so I can check for it. We don't do payments here though, but I can look up and see what it's about. What's your social security number? Name and address?
At the time of the lien or now?
Oh, what your current address?
Okay, Texas 78.
Okay, and then your date of birth?
1988.
Okay. All right. Do you the lien you got?
Hello? Hello, are you there? I can't hear you anymore. Are you still there? Am I on hold? Did you hit mute by any chance? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Welcome to the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance. If you need help understanding the English language, you will be able to request an interpreter. If you were transferred to this number by someone you were just speaking with, press 1. If you dialed the tax department directly, press 2.
You have reached the Civil Enforcement Division of the New York State Tax Department. We may record calls for quality assurance. If you need help understanding the English language, you will be able to request an interpreter. Please hold while we transfer your call.
Civil enforcement, can I help you?
Hi, I was just on the phone with somebody, but I think I may have gotten disconnected.
Yeah, except all of a sudden I didn't hear you.
Okay.
Okay, and what is your the last four of your social and your name again?
Louis, Louis, Rossmann, Rossmann.
Okay. The lien that you got, what does it start with a letter? Because I don't have anything on record here.
I have a filing number. So it's a tax lien, and I have a filing number, and it says the creditor is the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance.
Okay.
See, here's the confusing part that makes it difficult. When I go to Department of Taxation and Finance website, it says that no tax due letter. According to our records, you do not have any unpaid New York State tax bills at this time. However, I have a lien for $1,551. So I don't know how to square that circle because I was never given an opportunity to pay this. I was never sent this. And like, if it exists, I'm happy to clear it up, but I don't know how to actually do it because according to the Department of Taxation and Finance, it says I have no unpaid New York State tax bills at this time.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Okay, and what is the number? Like, it has like a number on the warrant?
Yes, ma'am. Let me know when you're ready.
Yep. Go ahead.
It's 0035071109.
0035071109. And nothing comes up. Is it say like maybe New York City? Because New York City would be something different. We wouldn't have anything for that.
No, it says the creditor is listed as New York State Department of Taxation and Finance, and the court is listed as New York County Supreme Court, New York, New York. But it says creditor, New York State Department of Taxation and Finance. But again, if I actually look it up, it says no tax due letter. According to our records, you do not have any unpaid New York State tax bills at this time. So I'm massively confused. Like if anything actually happened, this is a low enough amount of money that I'm more than happy to just pay it and like get it over with. But nobody that I've spoken to appears to know how I would make payment on this, and nobody that I've spoken to can actually acknowledge that this lien exists.
Right. You don't have anything like with child support or anything?
No children, no ma'am. No, I just have a repair business. Yeah, so it says debtor Rossmann Repair Group. So Rossmann Repair Group has no children.
Okay.
Maybe the people that work. Other than that.
Yeah, just double checking because they have the separate a unit, separate unit for that. But yeah, I don't. The only thing I can tell you is that what county does it say on the form?
It says court. The only place that it says county is for the court. It says New York County Supreme Court, New York, New York.
I don't have the number. I would probably Google that, the name of that, the New York Supreme Court, whatever it says on there, get their phone number and maybe double check with them, because maybe they would be able to at least find a record of something that could help you. Because there's nothing here at all that it's zero balance and no warrant showing.
Okay, and just out of curiosity, just to confirm, since I just got transferred around a couple of times, who are you? What department or what agency are you representing exactly?
It's New York State Tax and Finance.
Okay, so you're in New York State Tax and Finance.
All right. Mm-hmm.
And you're saying that you don't see that I owe you any money.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, but this lien is from New York State Department of Tax and Finance.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
Okay, so then here's my next question. Is there any way that you could release this lien since you've acknowledged that I don't owe you any money?
I can't do anything with that because we don't even have anything to release. I mean, there's nothing we can do with that. There's nothing that we have on file for it. So,
okay.
It's like I can't do anything when it's not there.
So the thing is, other people see that lien there, and it's public. Other people see that lien there, and you can look it up if you go to the tax website itself. So if you go to, where do we have it here? If you go to tax.ny.gov and you look up warrants or liens, this is listed there. So I'm able to find that if I go to Department of Taxation and Finance and look up my business name of just Rossmann Repair Group. So there's a thing where New York State tax warrant search from Department of Taxation and Finance. It's tax.ny.gov/WARR/WAR gateway. And if you go there, you can look this up. Are you able to look this up there?
No, I don't have that. That's
on the website where I found it. And I don't mean to be rude, but on the website where I found the phone number, there's this search that allows me to look up this lien to see that it exists. So do you see how this puts me kind of an awkward position?
I would need the full lien number. Usually our warrants starts with the letter E. Yeah,
and that's the part that makes this confusing. I have the filing number and the filing date, and this lien is listing you as a creditor on your website. So this really puts me in an awkward predicament. Because everybody that I've called prior to this has pointed to the fact that I need to call the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance because the lien is on your website and you're listed as a creditor. You see how this?
I would say, what county are you in? Because what I would do is call your county clerk's office because that gets filed there, and they would be able to check and see if there's anything on record. Look up under your county clerk and check and see if they have anything on record for you.
Okay, so you would say the county clerk. Now, would this be the county clerk of where business owner person lived, or would this be the county clerk of the business address and location?
Right. Yes, it would be wherever county your business is.
Okay, so call the county clerk
Mm-hmm.
of office my business is located in. Okay, and give them this information.
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much for taking the time. Hope you have a lovely day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I will be making more phone calls, and we'll part 2 tomorrow. Part 2.